It's 41. You should start the stream. All right. Good morning, everyone, or good evening, depending on in what time zone you are. Welcome to Rocket Lab's launch of StriX Alpha. Today I'm not alone. Not like last stream where I was on my own for nearly 2 hours, I think, or even more. Because SpaceX decided to push back their liftoff time for 1.5 hours. But today I'm accompanied by the one and only Casper Stanley.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Scam. Woo! It's me.
No, too bad. Casper is more important.
And Skylar.
Hello, I am here.
Yeah, what time is it for you over there?
It's currently 3:42 a.m.
3-4. Well, for us it's 10:42. It's a comfortable morning.
Yeah, we're sort of awake.
It's a good morning.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up like an hour ago, a little more than that, 1.5 hours ago. So I'm pretty awake though. All right, so today.
Should we read the pre-launch preview?
If you see the stream in 20 seconds, you see that I just switched over to the pre-launch preview.
There we go.
If you want to know a thing or two about rockets and their missions, you can head over to everydayastronaut.com/pre-launch preview. And there you will find a list of the all upcoming launches. And we have you covered with so-called pre-launch previews. Those are articles where you find everything you need to know for specific missions. For example, today's mission is called StriX A and will lift off at 10:09 UTC or 23:09 New Zealand time, which is in about 25 minutes. 26.
Correction, it's technically StriX Alpha.
Yeah. What did I say? StriX Alpha.
You said StriX A.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, sorry, it's StriX Alpha.
Yeah.
The mission name is The Owl's Night Begins. The launch provider for this launch is Rocket Lab. The customer is called Synspective. Yeah, Synspective. Never heard of them. The rocket is the Electron. The launch location is Launch Complex 1A on the Mahia Peninsula in New Zealand, which is, I don't know if it's really the most beautiful launch site, because if you have seen Astra's launch site, they really are up there and they really compete against each other. Yeah. And also the Chinese East Coast launch site is pretty awesome as well. Oh no, wait, no, it's not the Chinese, it's the Japanese. Sorry, the Japanese launch site.
H2A.
Yeah, that one is really beautiful with the mountains and the sea right next to it.
But Astra's launch site, now that it has snow, that's good.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. The payload mass for today's payload is 150 kilograms or around 330 pounds. The satellite is going into a Sun-synchronous orbit, a 500 kilometer Sun-synchronous orbit. Will they be attempting to recover the first stage? No, not this one. The next Electron booster recovery will be early 2021, so probably the next launch.
Probably
yeah, where will
two launches away, actually, because
2 launches.
The next, if I remember correctly, and I'm pulling this up, the next flight after this one is from Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. And that launch will be on a non-upgraded Block 2 Electron.
I see. So that's still...
The one after that will be from...
Right, because they already have it over there.
Yeah.
The rocket. That's an old Block 2 rocket.
So we're probably at least 2 launches away from another recovery attempt.
So yeah, the next recovery attempt will be from New Zealand again. So where will the first
they'll do it
stage?
the same time, right? They'll do the same sort of attempt, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like just parachute
Yeah.
into the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where will the first stage land? Well, this time it will crash into the ocean around 600 kilometers downrange. Will they be attempting to recover the fairings? No, this is not the capability of Electron. Are these fairings new? Yes, of course they are. How's the weather looking? Well, we don't really have weather updates from New Zealand like we do from Florida's east coast. But this will be the 17th Electron launch, the 7th launch of Rocket Lab in 2020, and also the final launch for Rocket Lab in 2020. And it's the 108th orbital launch attempt of 2020. And if you want to know more about the payload, about the rocket, and why Peter Beck is holding a Rutherford engine, then you can head over to everydayastronaut.com/pre-launch preview and read through the article. All right.
While we don't get weather updates for New Zealand as well as we do for America, from what I can find currently, the weather is looking clear. That shouldn't be a worry for flight.
Hopefully. All right, Rocket Lab's launch has started.
That is just the cutest rocket engine.
The cutest.
Yeah, so cute and small.
Cute and small. Have you seen Astra's rocket?
About the
Oh right,
Rutherford?
yeah. Yeah, the engine, Rutherford.
Oh, the engine. I thought the rocket.
Not the rocket. No.
Well, actually, yeah. If you think about it, you can hold it in your hands. It's like the length of your forearm, probably, including your hand.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's nuts that I can push something to space.
Yeah, your forearm is not able to push something into space. But when you compare Rocket Lab's Electron rocket to, for example, Astra's Rocket 3 or Rocket 3.2 now, Rocket Lab is a tall, skinny one.
Yeah, it really has
While
some
still
Falcon
being
9
small.
dimensions.
Yeah. And when you think about Astra, it's a bit more like the Antares rockets or an Atlas V. It's a bit smaller and also thicker.
It's even compared to what was it, Antares? It's even fatter than that. It's like a small fat one.
Mm-hmm. It's 1.3 meters wide.
Astra's Rocket 3 reminds me very much of the Delta 4.
Yeah.
Delta 4 medium.
True.
Whereas Electron is very much a mini Falcon 9.
Made out of carbon composites.
Made out of carbon, yeah.
Which makes it look really cool, in my opinion.
It's kind of unique. It even has some like starship things because it's sort of stainless steel. And
you mean Astra?
Starship is also flat. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, it's not made of stainless steel though. It's made out of aluminium.
Shiny.
But it has a starship look. You can still see the different rings that were stacked on each other and then welded. Although, if you have seen pictures of Rocket 3.2, they have done something to it because it's not as shiny as Rocket 3.1, it seems.
Huh. Haven't seen that.
Yeah, so probably it's just not polished aluminium on the outside, I would guess.
Dang it. Looks so cool.
Yeah, it's still a cool rocket. I like the shape of Astra's not nose cone but fairing.
The fairing, yeah, it looks so cool. The sort of star thing.
All right. I'm wondering how the stream on Rocket Lab's end will look like today, because it's in the middle of the night for them. And how the rocket exhaust will look like.
This is their first night launch for Electron, right?
I don't know if it's the first, But there definitely
what?
hasn't been many.
No, we have seen images or photos where it's night.
Yeah, definitely. There has been night launches, right? But I have no idea when the last one was, and there were more daytime launches for them than night launches.
For sure.
Because most of the times, because New Zealand is 12 hours ahead of Europe, it's in the middle of the night for us.
Yeah.
So whenever they launch in the early afternoon, we are all asleep.
See, it's funny.
Thank you, Rocket Lab.
It's funny because when Rocket Lab launches, if it's early in the morning for them, then it's like the middle of the day for us.
Yeah, and late afternoon for us.
Yeah.
Oh, also maybe an interesting thing to notice and to know about Electron. It's powered by 9 engines at the bottom and 1 Rutherford engine in the second stage. Just like Falcon 9, for example. But when you look at Astra's Rocket 3.2, it's only propelled by 5 engines at the bottom and a different engine in the second stage.
It is weird because like the older rockets like Delta, Atlas, all of those are usually like in the old times they made an engine to be the size of the rocket.
Yeah.
So all they needed was 1 rocket engine to shoot the entire thing into space.
Delta 4. I mean, Atlas now has 2. Oh,
it made sense because
there we go.
You know, rocket engines are complex, and then you only have to manage one.
But also, as how reliable they are today, you want to have, you kind of want to have more engines, because then if one engine fails, you can still achieve your mission goal and bring.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day, it was easy to manage one, but now you can manage multiple.
Especially when you look at Falcon 9s. Yeah, go ahead.
Back in the day, they had to deal with combustion instability, and that's why the Soviet, what is it? The Soviet version of the Saturn V, the N1.
Right.
N1.
Here we go.
The N1. That's why the N1 had like 30-something rocket engines, is because the Soviets couldn't figure out how to deal with combustion instability, and so they just made a bunch of rockets.
Guys, Rocket Lab's launch has started.
My name is Max Muncie. I'm a data analyst here at Rocket Lab.
It's just we can't hear it.
Once again from Rocket Lab's Mission Control Center here in Auckland. This is a live view of Electron on the pad at Launch Complex 1.
Yeah, it's pitch black over there.
11:09 p.m. New Zealand time launch. We're just 15 minutes away from liftoff as our launch operations team completes their final reviews and checks for liftoff. The weather is looking clear and all systems are currently go for an on-time launch this evening. Our mission requirements dictate we have an instantaneous launch window tonight, which means we only have a single moment in time for a viable liftoff. If we need to stand down for any reason, we do have plenty of backup opportunities over the next few days. Before we get stuck in today's mission, let's take a look back at our last launch, which lifted off just 25 days ago and raised $286,000 for Starship Children's Hospital here in Auckland. So let's take a look.
Okay, I think we can talk over the replay of last mission. You're welcome.
That's good. It's gonna be so beautiful when the ice falls down. Oh.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know if we can see. Probably we can, because the ice will reflect all the.
Yeah, because of the light. Yeah.
The light of the engine. Oh, that was a nice shot. Are you watching the Rocket Lab live stream as well?
Yeah, that was.
I'm watching yours, so.
Okay, so it comes up in 20 seconds. Yeah, the stage set was really, really cool. Oh, they are showing re-entry, I guess. Nope, that's the gnome again. Nope, they're not. Okay, There it is back.
Yeah.
30 satellites to orbit.
That stage separation
Total number of
is
satellites deployed to 95.
so cool when it
We're
pushes
estimating
the
at 96
stage.
tonight, but for now, I'll leave you with these views of Electron, and I'll be back with you shortly with an update on the weather.
Okay. So we will have an update on the weather shortly. I don't remember his name. Does anyone else remember his name? The name of the host today?
I have no
Hey.
idea.
Hey, Power. Yeah. But he just said he will be back in a minute with an update on the weather.
Okay.
It really looks like the top, like the fairing is kind of chopped off, with it being that pitch
We're
black.
now
Oh,
at T-minus
he's
13
back.
minutes, and all systems are go for an on-time liftoff this evening. The weather is looking good and trending green, and our operators are tracking no issues in these critical minutes before launch.
all right. So everything looking good. Everything is go for launch so far. Do we want to go ahead already and do the thing?
The thing?
Let's do the thing.
Like, oh, that's a nice shot. Although I don't really see the tip. Too black, too dark.
Yeah, I can't find the pointy end.
Yeah,
Tell of
You
yourself.
I
can't
can't find
really-
the flamey end.
you can't really see the pointy end. Okay, I guess we have to wait for another shot.
Right now, we're just T-minus 12 minutes away from our targeted launch time. Let's
This
listen
is
to
mission critical.
Control as they conduct their final health checks on Electron
Oh,
systems.
I think there's the final go no go. Cool. There's Peter back in the back. Peter
There he
back in the
is.
back. I love how he said one time that today he only has to lean back
All stations LD on mission. We are now proceeding with the go,
Yeah,
no-go
I mean-
and overview everything and doesn't have to do anything anymore.
Avionics is go.
AFTS,
AFTS is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
I mean, most of the time,
Recon is go.
the CEO doesn't even sit in mission control.
GC.
GC is go.
Yeah, there's kind of a new thing with these
BLS is go.
Shh,
new
guys.
young guys.
Go no go
Iris
Paul.
is go.
Met is go.
MM.
MM is go.
LD sub.
Holy sub go.
Exec.
Exec is go.
All stations that's go no go sequence complete.
Peter Beck also has his own call-out, which is exec.
14 seconds and counting.
So he doesn't have to do anything, but he is there.
From this time, the three-way procedure is in effect.
Yeah, like during the first, maybe the first dozen of launches, he really had
And
to.
there are operators in launch
do
right now
work
have
as
confirmed
well.
Electron is go for launch. We're at T-minus 10 minutes before target liftoff, which should give us some time to talk about the customer on board.
Oh,
Tonight we'll be launching the StriX.
oh
Alpha
yeah, we see the
satellite,
pointy
which
up
is
and up
something
now.
called Synspective,
Ooh,
which
nice.
Okay, so the
just
pointy end is
Application
up,
targeted solutions, also known
That's
as SOAR.
fantastic.
If you're
but
wondering
we
why the
can't.
name of the
Ooh,
mission, Owl's Night Begins,
that's fancy.
it's in the name of the
Now
Synspective
that
Casper?
is an animation.
StriX.
Yeah, Casper, you have to step up your game.
The satellite
Damn
launch
it.
vehicle is Synspective's planned
Can't just push me
constellation
like
of
this.
30 SAR satellites. The satellites are designed to
looks so
provide
good.
images
But
that
it's like a
can
graphic, it's not a
changes to the Earth's
3D.
surface from space,
Hmm.
through clouds, and at any time of day or night.
But I did make a
Because it's so
concept of
accurate
something
and
looking
local
like
in all
that.
weather, SAR
So-
data has a wide
Yep,
range
I
of
know.
uses,
Maybe,
including
maybe.
urban development planning,
Definitely.
construction and infrastructure monitoring, and even disaster response.
But now you also can see the
StriX also
little
recently
bumps
announced a land
at the top
displacement monitoring
left and
service
right of the
with
Yeah,
fairing.
yeah.
variations using their SAR data.
Oh, what's
This
that?
can be particularly useful in things like planning construction projects.
Ah.
Advanced satellite-based solutions like these will continue to grow at today's launch. Here's a little bit more about that company.
Oh, they're
Hmm.
talking about the payload.
Yeah, the payload.
Do you see?
What do you see? Okay. Yeah, the satellite is the first of a planned constellation that can monitor surface changes in the millimeter in millimeters. For example, for big construction sites, when they fly over, they can measure how much the surface has changed. For example, they know where the surface, how do you say it in English? when the surface kind of drops down.
Like a sinkhole.
Kind of, when the surface sinks in a specific spot, so the people on the ground know where to put more ground filler in, for example.
Oh, a pothole.
That's pretty cool.
I
get like down to millimeters. That's crazy.
They did say earlier that it is an instantaneous launch window.
In their
everything is looking good.
Yeah. Well, they have a launch window kind of, but the liftoff time is now instantaneous because they've picked like their trajectory and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so I saw Peter Beck tweeted about it, and he was like, "It's an instantaneous launch window just to keep us up at night."
So just like, for example, the CRS missions, they technically have a launch window, but they have to pick one moment in the launch window.
Yeah, so once they commit, it's instantaneous.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. They have to just
it's
figure out.
It's unlike other launches where they have a window and the trajectory doesn't really change throughout the window.
Yeah.
Like for these and for other ISS launches, some of them actually do have a window, but the way SpaceX does it, and also the way Falcon 9 is fueled, makes it so that they have to do it in a certain way.
Yeah, exactly. So that the rocket would be capable of a launch window, but it's configured for one specific moment. Oh, let's hear back in.
I was inside Electron's fairing, patiently waiting for its ride to space, and because this is a dedicated mission, the 100-kilogram class satellite has Electron all to itself. Now, those of you who regularly tune into our launches may have spotted Electron's fairing looking slightly different for this mission.
Yeah.
Because we're flying.
This is the first time in a while we've seen a single dedicated
satellite. This mission demonstrates just one series of
we didn't hear why the fairing is a little different. You just talked over it. God damn it.
It's to accommodate the extra wide body, he said.
Oh,
the satellite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So I guess it's just like the pointy bits just hit the fairing there.
They're just a bit too wide, too tall. So we have seen the pointy end. The pointy end is up, but we haven't seen the flamey end yet. Will this be a problem, guys?
I mean, I can see where the flamey end should be.
Yeah, where it should be, but we don't see it. So, do we know if there are actually engines on there?
Please proceed with sequence 48.
I guess we don't.
Copy that.
But we know the flamey end is down, so it's not our job to confirm that they've actually put engines there.
And we know that usually the flamey end is opposite of the pointy end.
That can also be. Yeah.
So.
I think.
Well, you can see some venting at the bottom, so I guess we have a flamey end down.
We flew our previous mission, Return to Sender, our rideshare launch that included 30 successful satellite deployments, a garden gnome that helped raise nearly $300,000 for charity, and last but certainly not least, our first Electron recovery. For the very first time, we brought Electron back to Earth underneath a parachute and fished it from the ocean a few hundred kilometers downrange from where it had launched just moments earlier. Our first Electron recovery was a huge milestone for the team and our recovery plans, and is setting us on a strong path to make Electron a reusable launch vehicle. We caught up with our CEO, Peter Beck, earlier this week for a quick update on all things recovery.
They're talking about
to the recovery team.
The recovery.
Pulled off a miracle with re-entry of Electron in the first ever attempt. So in the Return to Sender mission, we set out to achieve a number of things, and all of those things increase in complexity and risk. The first thing was to reorientate the stage and get it in the right angle.
Love that.
We've done that a couple of times before, so that was obviously very successful. And the next big thing was to start deploying the parachute systems. And we ticked off each one of those milestones one by one in a very successful manner. and then ultimately splashed down the stage at a really low velocity into the ocean in wonderful condition. So that was kind of like the giant tip. And in fact, there's even components on that stage that we intend to refly in an upcoming mission.
Ooh.
So the thing I'm most excited about reusable Electron is two things. One, we can offer many more flight opportunities because we don't have to build so many rockets. And right now, you know, we're pushing one Electron rocket off the line every 30 days. If we can reuse Electron, then we can create a lot more flight opportunities. Equally well, if we can reuse Electron and get them back in the condition that we're hoping now, it completely changes the economics of the small launch industry, which I think for our customers is really exciting. Electron is a reusable rocket. It's a great milestone, and I guess something a few years ago that I didn't even think was possible, so that makes it even more sweet.
Awesome.
Has Peter
So
eaten his hat yet?
We're really looking forward to
I don't think so.
But as a reminder, we will not be attempting to return Electron's booster to the factory with the mission this evening. We're now at T-minus 3 minutes to liftoff.
Oh, so they will. So
I'm going to hand you
Peter Beck just said that was a very successful recovery, and he said that rocket Electron is a reusable rocket.
Please lock the auto sequence and confirm.
So that means the booster came back in very good shape, and they also will reuse some parts of the booster in future flights.
Yeah, from what I heard, they're probably going to like completely disassemble this
Yes, totally.
reused booster.
The booster is probably already disassembled.
But they are going to use parts of it. Like maybe you might reuse the engines. See if
Nah,
that's possible.
I don't think so. But definitely parts of the rocket. But that's awesome to hear. So they really are comfortable saying it's a reusable rocket, and they really think that they can reuse it. There was no we will see, or we will see what the future brings, but he just said it's a reusable rocket.
Too shabby.
Alright, we're at T-minus 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah, and hopefully, Juan, they are not trolling us and there are engines. So yeah, I'm calling it. We have seen the pointy end up, and we think the flaming end is down. Usually the flaming end is on the opposite side of the pointy end, and we see venting from the bottom. That's also usually a good sign of there being engines and the flaming end is down. T-minus 1 minute.
And you're just covered in ice.
Yeah.
Stage 1 and stage 2 are at pressure.
So beautiful.
It's so weird because when it's covered in ice, it looks so much like a Falcon 9.
But just the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, you just activated.
T-minus 30.
Here we go.
Yeah, sound suppression system is on.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
T-minus 15. Here we go. T-minus 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Telemetry.
5,
Mm-hmm.
Engine starter.
0.1 kilometers. Ignition. And... Yes!
Let's go.
My heart dropped for a second.
Yeah, Electron starts up and it stays on the pad for a couple seconds. It's always the most nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah, I was
They do
like,
it on purpose.
yeah, just to confirm that all the engines are.
Because with
Normal.
the electric turbo pumps, they want to make sure they run for a second to make sure all of them are good, and then lift off. Whereas
And also
for
don't
Falcon,
forget the engines need some time to throttle up.
But the difference
full
is
thrust.
for Falcon, they start up, and in the startup procedure, because Merlin is so much more complicated than Rutherford, there are so many sensors, and if anything goes wrong during startup on Falcon,
Yeah.
it will immediately abort.
And also,
because
if
of
it
that,
runs,
Falcon
it runs.
doesn't have to hold down on the pad.
And that's the moment an electron
We're already 1 minute in. That's so crazy.
What are all those sparks?
It's supersonic already. That's probably just ice falling off and reflecting the light, I guess.
Yeah.
So no, not sparks.
And cleared max Q.
A ball of fire flying into the sky. Pretty.
Oh damn, that
We've
onboard
We've reached
camera
max
is
Q.
without any issues, and is continuing
So
on
red.
its way to space.
Mm. Oh, there we see it. A little dot of light.
so cool.
Oh, now the
Stage 1.
exhaust plume is extending.
You can see the plume getting bigger.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And now you can really see the engines kind of in the plume.
Yeah.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
That looks crazy.
Miko in approximately 30 seconds.
Oh, Miko in 30
Their
seconds
super
already.
vehicle will shut down its Rutherford engines on the first stage to slow the rocket down before the first and second stage.
I still think about when Tim did that interview with Peter Beck, and he asked him if they do sort of fancy things with the engines, where they might be pointing them in towards the middle
to have some sort of a aerospike effect.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Which the way this plume is expanding, it kind of
looks so cool
Miko?
right now.
Miko confirmed.
And stage sub.
So
Nice.
There it is.
And it's
Stage
going.
confirmed.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
so
so cool.
these are sparks now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the nozzle is made out of an ablative material.
Yeah.
So it's not actively cooled, but ablatively cooled. So the inside of the nozzle kind of flakes off and takes the heat with it.
Once Electron has cleared the Earth's atmosphere, there's really
Rocket
no need
science.
to keep the satellite enclosed in the
Yes.
fairing, so we jettisoned the fairing house ahead of.
Hey Bradley, I'm streaming with Casper and Skylar.
Hello.
120 kilometers. Nice. Listen to that non-COVID applause. Wow. Chat.
That's a successful fairing house.
So
Why
sad.
are you
So
awake,
Electron's
Chat?
second stage is continuing to orbit as we approach a process unique to our rocket, a maneuver that we call the battery hot swap, and that's coming up. in
Oh,
around
battery
20
hot swap
minutes.
coming up. Nice.
That has become the nerve-wracking part of
Battery hot swap?
the second stage flight is hot swap, because
Well, the one time it failed, they had the battery hot swap.
yeah,
There wasn't the nerve-wracking
Since the time
thing.
of liftoff,
But yeah,
positioning
that's the
we're on,
big
we're not gonna be able to see too
milestone
much in terms of using
for the
the
second stage.
But
during
what
the
we can
flight.
see is that we're at T plus
Yeah.
4 minutes into the mission, and as we mentioned before, our next major milestone coming up is the battery hot swap.
Oh yeah, battery jettison. There it is on the
Still quite a way.
left-hand side. Yeah. So maybe 1 more minute.
Stage 2 guidance nominal.
Have you guys seen the new the upgraded stage, this kick stage they made to go to the moon and Venus?
If you take a look
Photon?
at the top right of your screen,
Oh,
you'll see
right,
the
yeah,
ride
yeah,
zone
that's
that
what it's
should be
called.
coming down from the vehicle.
Yeah,
So-
Photon, the
so shiny.
As expected,
satellite
it's
bus.
moving up 12,000 kilometers per hour. And
it's
Yeah,
a
can't-
it's a Venus-capable satellite bus, which
Yeah,
is crazy.
that's crazy on a small launch vehicle like Electron. Small sat launch vehicle.
17 meters tall, and it can go to Venus. It's
Yeah, that's crazy. It can do interplanetary missions.
yeah.
This mission has the old kick stage.
Yeah,
The
that's
Right.
just the
kick
kick
Because
stage.
our engines are electric
Yeah.
pump fed. They quickly drain the batteries we have on board.
Photon is
So we
a
switch
battery bus. A satellite bus, so it's kind of a satellite on its own. It has solar panels, it has the guidance systems, it has communication systems, and obviously also an engine
But then there's also multiple versions of it, right? So that's the one that,
Yeah,
that they actually showed in orbit a few months ago, and then the one that they
hot
just
swap.
tweeted.
There it is. Nice.
Nice.
Both
So,
batteries separated.
That's
Beautiful.
successful.
Stage 2 propulsion nominal.
Yeah, they have the Curie engine and the Hyper Curie,
We've had confirmation
as far as
that
I
hot
know.
swap
And the
was
Curie
successful
engine
on
is
Electron.
a monoprop engine, and the Hyper Curie is a biprop engine.
That's so fun that they call it the same thing. It's kind of like
AFTS is safe.
the Dragon thrusters, what they call Super Dracos and Draco.
Draco and Super Draco.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're like the Dracos are also they're also monoprop, right?
No, no. Draco and
Oh,
Super
no, they're
Draco are
hypergolic.
both hypergolics.
Are they?
They're hypergolic and they're pressure fed, yeah.
Yep,
I
hypergolic and
thought they were
pressure fed.
different.
Nope.
I was convinced. Damn it! I don't know my shit.
So it's not really like Draco and a Super Draco, because the Super Draco is just a beefed up version of the Draco, kind of, where the Curie and the Hyper Curie are two different engines.
Well, this is embarrassing.
It does remind me, though, of Merlin 1 and Merlin 1D. Because for all intents and purposes,
Oh.
it's like those two engines are so different.
Are they coming into the light now? Like into sunrise?
Looks like it. yeah.
Looks like it, right? On the nozzle.
Yeah, it's glowing.
So we could see a kick stage separation in daylight. That would be awesome. I mean, they're just, what, 6 hours probably, or 5 hours ahead of sunrise. Yeah,
Right.
Loopy, that's probably sunrise.
We've got a nice view of that stage 2 Rutherford engine on your screen, with Electron well on its way to orbit. This second stage
And how smooth
stage that the StriX Alpha satellite is attached to.
it's
before the
moving.
payload is deployed to its final orbit.
It's
We're now
probably
approaching stage
sunrise.
2 separation from the kick stage, but first the Rutherford engine
I
on the
don't-
second
I don't see
stage
what
will
else
throttle
it
down
could be.
before shutting off
Like-
completely to allow for a
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
like
see
they
what
have a
else it could
spotlight.
be. Yeah,
Spotlight on the second stage.
that moves around.
The nozzle is glowing that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's white.
Yeah.
Then I would be really concerned.
Yeah. Looks like it would be melting then.
Also,
Yeah.
that exhaust is glowing, so
Yeah, true.
that is definitely sunlight.
I thought the bell was staring at us.
6 seconds remaining.
6 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's awesome. Michael just wrote in chat. This is my first live Electron launch.
Seco
Oh.
confirmed.
Awesome.
We have Seco.
Stage 3 separation.
Yeah, that's definitely
Hey.
sunlight.
And nominal transfer orbit is achieved.
Nice nominal transfer orbit.
Fantastic. They're so good at this point.
And there's a call from Mission Control. The Rutherford engine on the second stage has successfully shut down, and the kick stage has cleaned.
Did Peter Beck even move?
As I mentioned before, the kick stage will now enter.
He's just sitting in the same.
I think he's just sitting there. Oh yeah, he's alive. Okay, he's awake.
It's not just a wax figure.
Okay, this is what it will look like. The kick stage. The satellite on it. The satellite is
see why-
actually pretty big when
Yeah, it's
compared to.
really big actually, yeah.
Mm.
I can
This
see
is
why
the
they
first
needed
time
the.
in a- This is the first time in a while that Electron has had one sole satellite on a mission.
Yeah, true. Last mission they had 30 payloads.
You can keep an eye out on our social media channels for news of
Oh, so they don't show us separation.
So this is our last launch for 2020, but if you're looking for a new challenge in
That's sad.
2021, we're actively recruiting for
This is
close
so
to 100
sad.
roles across all aspects of the business. If you think you've got what it takes to launch
Yeah,
a
that would
launch in
that would have looked
Oh,
really cool.
then check
Oh,
out the
that's
news
nice.
section of
They
our
have the
website,
child with them.
.usa.com.
That's cool. I mean,
Before we close
it's
out tonight's webcast, I'd like to take a moment to thank
23:20
our
for
mission
them.
partner, Synspective,
but they're
for
probably
entrusting us with the
pretty
first
tired now.
constellation.
Little kids.
It's an
Right,
honor to
yeah.
work with such an inspiring and innovative
Oh, we still
Well, that's
have
a really cool
telemetry.
providing them
Oh,
with
there it goes.
Huh?
Just as I said it.
We'd also like to thank
420.
each and every one of our mission partners this year. We're grateful for your steadfast
Oh,
support.
it's 420 for you.
Proud to have continued delivering access to space
420.
It's a challenging year globally.
I don't know.
Last but not least,
Blaze
thank
it.
every one of you who tuned in or followed along on our 7 Electron launches this year. Space has a special way of bringing people together, and we're grateful to be part of such a passionate, curious,
That's true.
and supportive community world.
Just
Okay, so
that's-
Rocket Lab just, I don't know if he's talking about this, I'm not listening in, but they just tweeted that the kick stage will coast for around 50 minutes.
Our first mission to the moon
Until the
Yeah,
Indian-
to Apogee probably.
to develop
Yeah.
Electron as a reusable launch vehicle and so much more. Without a doubt, it's going to be our biggest year yet. So from all of us here at Rocket Lab, thank you for
It always weirds me out how small the Curie engine is.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like a small knob on in the middle there.
Yeah.
Like
Peter Beck just tweeted perfect transfer orbit. That's
fantastic.
nice. Yeah.
Congratulations, Rocket Lab. And
That was a nice launch.
StriX Alpha.
And it was the first nighttime launch. No, it wasn't the first nighttime. Wait, it's the other way around. It's the first nighttime launch on their side that I have seen live, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Because usually they launch on like during daytime, and that's nighttime for me.
Yeah, because you don't sleep.
Well, yes, I do. Because most of the times Rocket Lab is launching like in the afternoon, and that's in the middle of the night for me. That's around 4 or 5 a.m. and I do sleep, but I go to bed at like 2 a.m. probably, so that would be 2 hours after I went to bed. So no way in waking me up 2 hours after I fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, I just see Rocket Pavitra, you're still here. Casper Stanley livestream is all I need. Why don't you show your faces? Well, actually, it's technically not a Casper stream. But he's
Flo is taking control of this.
yeah. No, he's a guest here today for the stream, and we don't show our faces because I don't want to show my room in the state it is right now. And it's only my second live stream, so I haven't set up anything more than just what you guys saw right now. So I can switch between different scenes. I can switch between the pre-launch preview and the Rocket Lab launch, Rocket Lab stream. But I haven't added a face cam, for example.
It's also just really nice for us. We can just look however we want. Just
so yeah, Skylar for Skylar, it's 4:24 in the morning, and I don't think he would be okay with showing himself right now.
I don't look particularly beautiful right now.
Nice way to say it.
We should just say that it's all about the rocket, and we want to show the Rocket Lab screen full screen.
Exactly. I mean, in the future, maybe I'm getting a nice camera in the future, in the really near future, and maybe I could set it up to be a face cam too.
Yeah, and I obviously don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, Casper has shown himself before. So yeah, maybe my computer can handle it, and my internet can handle it. That's the main concern, not my computer, but if my internet is able to handle it. Because last stream, it cut out for two different times, and for example, in the viewer count, you can really see where it cut out. We went from 33 or 34 people watching to 2, because my stream just cut out and kind of turned off.
It was right up to launch, so it was really bad timing.
Yeah, it was the worst timing ever.
Probably because you're linked to Everyday Astronaut.
I mean, yeah, that's a typical EDA, Everyday Astronaut stream.
You get
there
into luck,
has,
yeah.
yet there has to be some technical difficulties, some technical issues along the stream. Otherwise, it's not an EDA launch or stream. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I didn't even look at the view count. Oh, we're still 10 people. Oh, we had a max of 23 people watching at one time. Yeah, 20 at this time. That's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, I thought we might hit 10 this time, but we actually hit 23. That's cool. And my internet didn't cut out. So yeah, that's a full-blown success in my opinion. No, I haven't. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the Everyday Astronaut community. It was actually pretty fun today. Not talking on my own. And having two people I could talk to and that could take over if I didn't know what to talk about. So thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks for inviting us.
You're welcome. And maybe we will see each other later today. Astra is launching their Rocket 3.2, or at least they want to launch
today?
it.
Wow.
Starting at 19 UTC. They have a 3 hour long launch window starting at 19 UTC. So that would be 14 Eastern Standard Time. Bye, Juan.
1 p.m.
Sleep well. So yeah. Maybe we will be back streaming it, but they don't have an actual live stream. That's the problem. It would be just us sitting here talking about the rocket, going through the pre-launch preview, maybe showing it in Rocket Explorer, in Stan Casper's Rocket Explorer.
About to say that, we could take a look at it in Rocket Explorer.
Yeah, we could take a look at the rocket.
Some visuals.
Yeah, and we'll show any Twitter updates when they provide any, because they start tweeting at T minus 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that might be a long stream or a rather short one if they tell us, like last time, like yesterday, that they will stand down for the day. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Did you try to stream yesterday?
I did not for Astra.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks guys for watching. Yeah. Good night or good morning. Depends on where you're at right now.
I just waved at my camera by instinct.
Yeah, I waved towards my monitor as well. So guys, I'm waving you goodbye.
We're waving at you guys. Goodbye.
That's gonna be it. I'm Florian Gordon. Okay, no. I'm not gonna do Tim's outro. Alright. Bye.
Bye.
What would your call sign be like?